The next thing we're going to do is we can take our paintbrush. I got to move my water over here. We can take our paintbrush and we can go in and just kind of make lines on where our wall's going to be. So we're going to come down. If you look at this canvas, here's half. You just have to eye it. And then a quarter of it is going to be about here. So I have come over here and here. Remember what I said, you don't have to do it exact. So you don't need to get out the ruler because it's going to be a stone wall. I'm going to come up a quarter. All right. And then we're going to come down with this rustic stone wall, okay? And then we're going to figure out the door. Now the door is going to come, if it comes open like this and like this, it's going to give you the illusion that it's coming towards you. Okay, so here's your perspective. If your vanishing point's out here, you're going to take this to the point and this to the point. All right, and then this is the key that I quite often don't get what I want there, and that is a straight line, because that's the only line I really worry about being really straight. Okay, and then same thing here. I'm going to vanish this off just a little bit, not too dramatic. All right, and then just so you can see a little bit of the structure of the door. Okay, so those are like wood panels. I'm going to make it more rustic. I just want y'all to see that. Now this is what we're going to start doing. We can take that same sponge with some gold and some burnt sienna, and I want this rustic terracotta like wall out here, as you saw on the original picture, which is the yellow ochre and burnt sienna. Okay, and to me it's going to be stone, so we're going to come in here two ways. You could take your sponge, because you have a small sponge and a large sponge, and you can put texture in here like a stucco. All right, and some people have gotten really creative in the background. Like when you look through, you can make whatever you want back there. You can have a lake back there. You can have more pretty paths or trees, okay? All right, now what I'm going to show you is that I then come back that on one half of the, on one side, and gold on the other side, okay? Now watch what happens. You can take flip, flap, the back of the brush. What's going to happen is this is going to look like a rustic stucco wall. And then when we put on our vines and all, it'll give you texture in the back, and it'll have a better look than just a solid color. My cloth back here is just blowing in the wind. Okay, so this, if I come out like this, see that one spot where I came out? I might have to put some vines or whatever there, because I don't want that to, the wall would not be hanging out there like that. Okay, so there we go. Let's get some more. I'm going to have roses and stuff over here. So if I know I'm going to do that, I can have darker or lighter. I can even come in with some brown here sometime. All right, same thing over here. I can decide to put a little bit darker here, depending on what color you want to show. All right, now let's base in the door. I put a little bit of floating medium on my brush as I picked up this burnt sienna. All right, now see my little finger here? It's going to steady me. It's going to help me pull down. Now you have to be careful if that's wet at all, and see, we didn't let it dry, we just went right into it. Be a little careful. And this needs to be as straight as you can get it on this line here. Now remember, you want to come a little bit short of being straight on the edge, because what happens is every time you go back over it, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, the door does. and then there won't be much opening left. And I've done that too, let me tell you. All right, and we're going to come down on this side. Now, really, this is an old rustic door. It can be falling apart. It can be a more white lattice work, pretty open gate. It can be wood planks, white wood planks with lattice. There's all kinds of looks you can do. I chose to act like it was a raised panel door, and I'll show you a few little things I'm going to do to it. Now watch how I fill this in, okay? I'm smoothing it out. See, remember what I said, I don't want it to look heavy, dark painted. Kind of a little bit looks like you can see through it slightly. Now I'm going to take my brown, watch this, brown on both sides, and I'm going to go along the edge, give you a little bit of the effect of maybe the edge of the door.